Hey guys, Castle here and welcome to another video today. It's been a while since I've uploaded now, and that is basically because FIFA 18 is getting a bit boring, so I thought I'd come with something a bit different. Something I did last year, and that is a Premier League prediction. I know I'm at this one a little bit later than normal, and everyone has probably uploaded one of these before me, but who cares? It's my time to give my shout on who I think is going to win the league, who I think is going to get relegated, and pretty much who's going to come where in the league. So we'll get straight into this, and the team that I think is going to come bottom of the league is Huddersfield. They weren't exactly the strongest of teams last season, and it did just about manage to stay up, obviously in 16th spot. Southampton, the only team to stay in the league that were below them. And yeah, they survived relegation by 2 points at the end, and I think they were quite lucky to do so as well. I personally don't see that happening again this year, and I feel like they could be going down at bottom of the league. Obviously, the start to the league season that they have had so far has not been the greatest for them, as they do sit bottom of a -8 goal difference, 2 games into the league. But anyway, in 19th spot, the team I'm going to be going with is Cardiff. Cardiff, 16th, 2 games in so far. They do have a point, but I can't see these guys staying up. I think they will go down, and the only Welsh team in the Premier League at the minute, due to Swansea getting relegated last season, I think this Welsh team will find their way back down into the Championship, and I can't see them going. I can't see them staying up to win this season. And in 18th. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to some people, but I put Southampton. Obviously, last season finished 17th, had quite a weak season, and I can see that happening again. They did only just manage to survive, if I'm right. I can't remember. Oh, wait, no. Huddersfield managed to survive by more than 2 points. Ignore me. I got that wrong. But they did only just manage to survive. They had 3 more points and was able to stay up, and I can see that not happening this season. I could see Southampton going down. They've had a good run in the Premier League. Since they've been in it, obviously selling every single player they have to Liverpool over the years has helped Liverpool out quite a bit, and I can see Southampton finding their way down this season. Anyway, just avoiding the relegation zone then, we do have Newcastle. I do want Newcastle to do well this season. They do have a point in 2 games, just like Southampton and Cardiff. And I could see Newcastle just about avoiding the relegation zone. I don't want them to go down, and I don't know why I have a soft spot for them. I think it was because they did beat Tottenham on that last day of the season a little while back to make sure that we finished above them, which hasn't happened for a while now, unfortunately, for us Arsenal fans. But that is who I think will just avoid relegation. So going down, we have Huddersfield, Cardiff, and Southampton. And in 17th spot, we have Newcastle. Going from 16th to 10th now, these spots don't really matter too much, so I'm going to do them just on what could happen. And I've gone 16th Brighton, 15th Watford, 14th Crystal Palace, 13th Fulham, 12th Leicester, 11th Wolves, and in 10th spot Burnley. These could be all so close. Last year they were very, very close, these spots as well. But I'll just run over why I put each team where. So starting with Brighton, obviously finished 15th last season. Was quite clear of the relegation zone, so I can't see them going down, and I don't think they will go down. I think they'll just avoid it once again, and they'll just be hovering over that zone. It will be quite close to the end of the league, but they'll stay up, and they will be alright. Looking at Watford next, they finished 14th last season, did a lot better than many people thought they would. I did tip them to go down last season, mainly because I wasn't a big fan of them, and I'm not really a big fan of Watford and myself. Troy Deeney's a bit of a knob, in my opinion, but nonetheless, that doesn't mean the team can't stay up, and I have put Watford in 15th spot. Next, moving on to Crystal Palace. Actually had a very good season for them last season, finishing in 11th spot. And I don't think they'll go down once again. I think they'll finish a few places below last season, finishing 14th after their 11th space finish. And I think that is where they will finish. In 13th place, I have put Fulham. Fulham obviously haven't had the best start to the league, but -4 goal difference, 2 games into the league, no points at all. But I don't think they'll get relegated, and I kind of don't want them to as well. Mainly put them here for big up JCC, a Fulham fan, and I just don't think they're going to go down. And that is my opinion on that. In 12th place then, we do have Leicester. Leicester, obviously, ever since winning the Premier League, haven't had the seasons they've been looking for, fighting for that 6th spot. And I can see them finishing lower down this season. Obviously, losing Riyad Mahrez was huge for them, and I think that could just show how big of a player he really was for them. Now he's at Manchester City. Obviously, came on against Arsenal, did a decent job down the wing, and I think they could really miss that player this season, and that is why I've put them further down in the league. In 11th spot, then, we do have Wolves. I can't see them going down. They look okay, sort of what I've seen of them so far. Once again, all the teams I do believe that have come up right now are sitting on... Oh, not all the teams, but apart from Fulham, they are sitting on a point so far this season. And I can see Wolves doing okay in this league, and I don't think they'll go down. I think they'll be hovering anywhere between this 11th to 15th spot, along with Fulham. I can't see either of them going down, but you never know when it comes towards the end of the season who will be staying up and who will be going down. In 10th place then, we have got Burnley. Burnley, obviously, last season having a very, very strong season and actually were contending with a 6th spot for quite a while for Arsenal. Arsenal did manage to pull away in the end, thankfully, and Burnley slipped off a little bit. But I can't see Burnley staying as high as they did the season before, and I do think they'll drop off a little bit and finish around about 10th. And that is where I think Burnley will finish. Now moving into 9th place to 7th place, we've got Bournemouth, West Ham and Everton. Bournemouth in 9th place, I think they'll do alright. Once again, I do believe they were 12th, but also joint with 10th. It was all down to goal difference, and I can't see that happening again, I won't lie. Newcastle, one of them teams they were joint with, as well as Crystal Palace, and they're two teams I can see just slipping up a little bit this season and falling down a little bit the table. But I can see Bournemouth climbing it a little bit and finishing in 9th spot then. We have 8th, West Ham have made a couple really good signings this season. And 2 from Arsenal, Jack Wilshere and Lucas Perez. And I think Lucas Perez is going to do very, very well for them. At Arsenal, he did very well when he came on and looked promising, but unfortunately we just didn't give him the game times, and I do feel sorry for the lad, and I hope he does do well at West Ham, and we are playing them next, and I've got a feeling him or Jack Wilshere will end up scoring against us and come back to bite us in the arse, and then we could be 3 games, no wins. But that is where I think they'll be finishing. And once again, Everton, obviously always in the mix. Normally the team everyone tips to finish 7th, and I personally think they will this season. Last season, a bit disappointing for them that they didn't manage to come 7th. And I don't think they got a Europa League qualification spot, if I'm not wrong. I think Burnley actually lost theirs yesterday to Olympiacos. And yeah, Everton, obviously a bit disappointed with where they finished. Probably looking to finish in 7th and maybe challenge for 6th, because 6th spot could be easier to get than ever this season for a team outside of the normal top 6, just due to Arsenal having a new management and Chelsea having a new management, and they're the 2 teams I think they're going to be struggling. But coming in 6th place then, I have put Chelsea. The reason for this is when Arsenal started getting in their stride against Chelsea the other day, we just did look the better team, and in reality, the chances we missed, we really should have punished Chelsea for in the end. But that's personally what I've seen, and I think if Unai Emery can sort the team out to the level we need it to be, we'll just hit above Chelsea this season. And Chelsea, though, they played well for periods of the game, but I personally don't think they played that well. I personally think we just played extremely shit when they went 2-0 up. And then we started getting some nice passing together. If you look at the goal, I think Alex Iwobi scored. We had a really nice bit of passing play beforehand, and that is why I put Chelsea in 6th place. And then obviously now, it's a bit obvious I put in 5th, but I have put Arsenal to finish 5th. Once again, outside of the top 4. The Europa League will be our only way into the Champions League, I do believe, this season. I do not think we'll be finishing top 4, unfortunately. But there's always hope. This is just a prediction, obviously. I do not know. We could end up finishing 2nd for all I know, but I very much doubt that. Started the league off with 2 losses. Obviously, a very, very hard start with Chelsea and Manchester City as our first 2 games. And look, we had some promising moments in both games, as well as some dodgy ones in the defence, and I think playing Petr Cech in goal is one of the reasons that one of the things this season that has to be changed for us. The guy can't use his feet to save his life in reality. He has made a few good saves, but he's also fumbled a fucking... Oh, he's just a bit shit, isn't he? At the end of the day, not more to say than that. I don't like him. He's a bit shit. We'll be moving on. Into 4th spot, we have got the shite Hart Laners. Tottenham to finish 4th above us. Unfortunately, I have to put this... they didn't make any changes, but personally I do think their squad is still strong enough to finish in the top 4. Obviously finished 3rd last season behind Manchester United. And I do think they will manage to just keep that top 4 spot, but not for long. Give it 1 or 2 seasons and Tottenham won't be. When they fully move into their new stadium, I will tell you now, Tottenham will finish 6th for the first season in their new stadium. I reckon that is going to happen. I'm just going to say that now. Anyway, moving up into 3rd spot, probably the most... These fans are going to be the most annoyed with this video. They were last year as well, and they will be this year, I do believe, because I have put them to finish below Liverpool and Manchester City. In no particular order, them 2, by the way, guys. But I put them to finish below them 2 teams. And the Man United fans won't be too happy with that, because obviously Liverpool rivals and Manchester City are their rivals. But Manchester City last season finishing in 2nd spot. But Mourinho is just a bit boring to watch, and watching them play Leicester on their first game of the season, it really did look like Man United didn't deserve to win. They did get it though, but I can see them playing that park the bus style football the whole season, and it's just going to be boring. They're not going to attack enough, and they will lose out because of it. There'll be games where they'll have all the ball, but they won't be doing anything with it, and a team like Burnley last season could have just come along and snatched a goal and held on really well, because Burnley were very, very good at doing that. And if Manchester United play like that against a team that can do that, they could be in a bit of trouble. Anyway, though, in second spot, we've got who will come second. Can Man City win the league back-to-back, in my opinion? Or is this Liverpool squad that looks to be up and coming and huge going to take the league? In second spot, we do have Liverpool. I don't think they have what it takes just yet. I think their defence is what's going to let them down. I think they'll score the most goals in the league. But within the top 6, I think they'll be one of the highest conceders, and I'd actually say it would be Arsenal to concede the most, and after that I think it would be Chelsea or Liverpool. I can't see them winning the league. I think it'll be very, very close. Man City will not run away with this league like they did last time, but I just can't see Liverpool winning it. They haven't won something in ages now, and I just don't know if they have the ability overall to win the league. I know they have a very, very good squad and a very talented squad, and up front they are going to be absolutely lethal all season, but it could be at the back that hinders them, like it did in the season where they had Suarez and Gerrard slipped, which ruined their league chances. But that is what I think. And obviously top of the league, Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has got that squad right where he wants it to be. He plays beautiful football, and it's the type of football I'd love to see Arsenal playing, to be honest. I'd love him to be Arsenal manager, but it's not what we got, and I think they will just about win this league. I think they won't win it as comfortably as last season, but I do think it won't go down to the final day. A couple games to the end of the league, Manchester City will win it, and that is what I think is going to happen. What do you guys think of this prediction? What is your prediction? Let me know in the comments below, and what do you disagree with on this? I feel like the middle of the table is all a bit of a mix-up. In reality, anyone can finish anywhere in the middle. I think that changes quite a lot every season. It's so hard to predict. But the top 6 and the bottom 3, what are your thoughts on that? Anyway, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe.